house will creak. Your outcome's looking pretty bleak. Thunder booms and lightning crashes, leaving boots filled with ashes. As we lay you down to rest, we read the pages of the Dead Man's Digest.
Hello, creeps and victims, and welcome to the first standalone Dead Man's Digest of the year. Universal just unleashed the motherload of Houses and Scarezones, so we're going to go through what was released to get everyone's opinions. This is, of course, brought to you by Mice Chat in association with Fairy Godmother Travel. And I have Lee.
Hello.
And his gravekeeper, Tracy.
Hello, everyone. I will lock him back up after this.
Oh man, I am excited about this. We had some new IP announcements since the last time we recorded, and we've also had some original houses announced. So
There's been tons announced since the last time we recorded.
yeah, I actually got some notes together on this, so I won't sound so going back and forth on everything. But we'll start right off here with Alien vs. Predator AVP. Whoever wins, we lose. Yeah, in collaboration with 20th Century Fox Consumer Products, Orlando Resort and Universal Studios Hollywood both are putting Halloween Horror Nights guests in the middle of an epic and primal war between the universe's most deadly species in an all-new horrifying maze inspired by the cult franchise AVP Alien vs. Predator.
Does cult mean not very well liked?
No, cult means like it originally doesn't do good like in the theater, but then it gets its footing in rentals and stuff like that and becomes like an icon. But I think these ones probably did pretty good in the theater. Alien, at least, the first one.
Yeah, but not Alien versus Predator.
Yeah, and just a couple notes. It marks the 35th anniversary of Alien and the 10th anniversary of Alien vs. Predator. So a couple of reasons why they did it this year, and I think that's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. And yeah, just a little description. Guests will find themselves thrust right in the middle of the primordial battle between aliens and predators as they visit one of Weyland-Yutani's secret facilities to assist with the situation that has surfaced. Communication's been lost for the bioweapons research facility in Central America, which houses many divisions dealing in extraterrestrial technologies, specifically the alien xenomorph species. So that's how they tie the two together there. Pieces of transmissions were received detailing that the facility had become compromised in another alien species called the Ajuta. I'm probably saying that wrong.
That's a new one on me.
Yeah, commonly known as predators, that's how I know it,
Okay.
are hunting both the xenomorphs and any human presence found. Guests will have to navigate through the labyrinth of destruction within the facility as they struggle to survive the ancient feud between these two deadly species. So that's pretty cool. You're like a bystander caught in the middle of the war between the two.
I think that sounds pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, definitely.
I've had time to digest it a little bit, and I know that I wasn't exactly enamoured by the fact.
Really?
But if I split them up and ignore Alien versus Predator and go, right, I love Alien, I love Predator, I actually think it'll be a really good house.
Yeah, I like the idea as well. You're in a facility and...
Yep.
Yeah.
Will it help that the Academy Award-winning makeup artist Tom Woodruff and Alec Gillis from ADI, which is Amalgamated Dynamic Incorporated, the original special effects geniuses behind the original creatures, will be working on this?
Awesome. Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a big plus.
I know me and Raymond were talking about it yesterday, and he's gutted that it's this year that they're doing Alien and not next year.
Well, tell him to get a job and we can go.
Yeah, and also I thought it was kind of funny. I pulled this out of the media clip because it says this terrifying new AVP maze at Universal Studios will answer the proverbial question asked by mankind since the beginning of time: are we alone in this dark, vast universe? And of course, big fans of Universal knows the answer to that question is, of course we are. That's one of Men in Black's taglines. I like how they toss that in there.
Cool.
Yeah, the next house, moving on.
Sorry, Darren, can I just jump in a little bit? I was listening to Orlando United Radio the other day, and they heard that apparently it's been announced somewhere that they've said that it might have been in the blog or whatever, but they've said that at somewhere in the house there you will encounter predators in camouflage.
Awesome.
Oh, really?
So I don't know how they'll do it, whether it'll be screens or whatever, but that's what apparently has been said, which will be cool.
Can you imagine just walking past a little hidey hole, just hearing that? I can't make the noise, that iconic predator noise, right? All it needs is the lightest little bit of breeze blowing out as well.
Turn around.
Awesome.
Cool.
Yep. All right, moving on to the next one, Dracula Untold. That's inspired by Universal Pictures' upcoming epic action-adventure release. I just watched the trailer for it. It looks pretty cool.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay. It's going to introduce guests to the sadistic Transylvanian ruler Vlad Tepes. I'm probably saying that wrong, too, because I say everything wrong. Known as Vlad the Impaler, who infamously tortured his enemies by impaling them alive with a wooden stake and suspending their bodies.
Nice.
That could be a nice
That's how I'd
gory
do it.
house.
Yeah. The foreboding maze will also shed an ominous light on the one-time hero turned bloodthirsty tyrant who chose to embrace unholy powers in order to defeat his enemies. I just love that tag. That was a good one. So yeah, that one's coming as well. Not as much information on that because it's basically just going to be based directly on the movie. They're calling it a preview to the movie. So that's the most expensive, elaborate trailer ever.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Didn't they do a very similar thing to this when the Thing house a few years back? Wasn't that the maze at Halloween Horror Nights was out before the film? Is that right? The remake of The Thing?
Yeah. It came out during the event, which this one's going to as well. I think it comes out on the 18th.
Right.
Of October. So there you go. And then they.
How'd you feel about that one, by the way, Darren?
Oh, I'm okay with it. I think that the material is going to give them a lot to work with. It's not one that I'm most excited about, but it'll be cool.
So I think it lends itself to potentially being quite a gory house. I think you'll see like a lot of impaled bodies.
Yeah, and Vlad the Impaler had a pretty high body count, so they can fill that up.
One, yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. And then on the Universal blog, Jimmy Clarity sat down with assistant show director Charles Gray to go over the original Houses and Scarezones for Halloween Horror Nights 24, and we're going to go over those now. All the quotes on this section are from Charles. The licensed houses are great, but I personally get a special kick out of seeing what Universal manages to think up themselves with their own demented minds.
Definitely.
They have a great creative team and they do great things, which you'll definitely be able to see here. First house, original house, the Dollhouse of the Damned. This is doll themed house. And what he says here is the word to keep in mind here is juxtaposition. When you walk into the house, you'll find yourself in this old-time morgue, but this little girl has set up shop, and now it's her playhouse. How awesome is that? She's torturing people in there, so you're taking the sweetness of the dollhouse and childhood and combining it with something completely sinister. And that theme remains throughout the maze. Another phrase we use is forced integration. You'll see characters with porcelain doll masks that have been smashed into their faces. And now they're permanent.
And Jessie just sat here shaking her head.
No, that's all that's going through my head is the word no.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Actually, give me clowns over that.
Well, just wait one moment. They're victims of this twisted amalgamation. It's really creepy. Oh gosh, I didn't know. I was kind of on the fence about this. I know dolls are creepy and they can do some really creepy stuff with that. But after reading that description, oh gosh, it gives me the tingles inside. I love it. Another quote from that was the weird thing about dolls is even if they're smiling, they're soulless. They always look sinister in the dark, even the cutest ones. So yeah, that's a good point to make. They could just lay it out with regular dolls and it would still be creepy.
Yeah.
But yeah, moving on to that next house with those clowns there for you. Giggles and Gore Incorporated. He asked, the quote here is, so we asked ourselves, what do evil clowns come from? And we discovered evil clowns are not born, they're made. That's nice. It's an actual process. We all know that there are countless unsolved disappearances across the country. Where do these people end up? In the clown factory, being stretched, smashed, and eviscerated. Faces are peeled off and the voice boxes are torn out. Victims are dropped into a wood chipper, and the gunk that comes out is shoved into other people to create these massive, messy stuffed clowns. Towards the end, you'll discover the most evil of all clowns, the discarded. These are the surviving clowns that have been cast down for being too dangerous to exist, even with other evil clowns. So, Tracy, your thoughts?
Tracy's left the building.
There's got to be Jack has to be in that house.
Oh,
Yeah.
it just sounds horrific. But it'd be one of the first things I'd go for.
I
Let's
think
face it,
would be cool.
it does scare me, and I'm going to go there to be scared.
Yeah,
So-
definitely.
Oh, yeah, that just sounds...
Yeah, I think you'll probably see Jack in the discarded
Yeah.
section. I
Yeah.
think that really hints towards him in a big way.
Definitely.
Another original house, Roanoke Cannibal Colony. The year was 1587. It was one of the first settlements of the colonial era. The people living here were expecting supplies from Europe, but there was a war going on, so they couldn't make the voyage. 3 years later, when the supply ship finally arrived, everyone was gone, except for the deranged cannibals who'd managed to survive by eating their fellow settlers. As a guest, you're fighting your way through this chaotic gauntlet of flesh-hungry man-eaters. What's cool about the set is that Karen, our decor guru, has traveled up to Virginia and some of these historic settlements and brought back photos for us to use as visual reference. So the scenery you're observing throughout the maze is all pulled straight from these real-life settlements. So yeah, and Roanoke is based on a kind of a true story.
Okay.
In that there was a colony called Roanoke that was founded, and then when they went back, it was quite a few years later, nobody was there anymore. And there are urban legends and that kind of thing about finding like teeth marks on bones that were left there, and those being human teeth marks, that gives the impression that there were cannibals there.
Right.
I'm glad
So
you said that
that-
because I was just thinking about Googling it.
Yeah, so that kind of there's that, and then there's also another theory of what happened was they were descended upon by the Native Americans in the area. So
I actually thought you were going to say aliens there.
yeah,
That's a whole different story.
yep. And it says there's a special surprise finale in there, but he didn't want to give any details. So
Ooh.
expect something extreme at the end there.
Real cannibals!
Maybe, yeah.
And then,
funny.
what's left of the people gets taken and eviscerated.
I guess that'll have to be the
Clown
last house. I guess that'll have to be the last house I go through. That's it. Just in case.
The people walking out. I've been watching the exit to that house for quite a while now. I haven't seen anyone come out.
Must be a huge house.
Other than that, or it's not very popular.
Yeah.
And then after that, he talked to Laura Wallace about the street experiences, who was a guest on our show.
She was?
The ones that she's talked about are the Masquerade Unstitched. The whole concept is these people are trapped in an old time period. Their skin is falling off. They have stitched the skin back to their faces, but much of it is still peeling off. What I love about the concept is that you're entering this really surreal dance, but very terrifying at the same time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
The makeup on that will be amazing.
Yeah, definitely. There's wax holding the skin on. Some are sewing their skin back on, but they're doing it very poorly. And there are some whose skin is still detached. In a grand scale, there are elements above your head while this off-putting yet harsh waltz music plays. Everyone is moving in a real surreal and creepy dance. There's beauty along with the disgust.
Ugh. That sounds cool.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. And yeah, like they said, surreal. And I'm really interested to see how they do that. Another original street experience, Bayou of Blood. Our high priestess is crazy evil and in a trance, doing numerous spells and sacrifices to get the ultimate power in her. Because she has made these sacrifices, many other voodoo practitioners in the area have come and they're squatting outside of her shack. If they feel like making sacrifices to her, they will get some of that power when she makes the ultimate sacrifice. You're going to see her sacrifice someone right in front of you. You're going to see every gory detail of this ultimate sacrifice. But that's not the end. Once you get past the sacrifice in the high priestess shack, you'll enter into the area inhabited by the voodoo squatters. And they're all looking for something or someone to sacrifice.
That sounds cool. Like a swamp, a Louisiana swamp type thing sounds
I
really,
love the
really
idea of
creepy.
that.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. I think that's going to be great too. And it sounds like there's kind of a show element to it as well with the sacrifice
Yeah.
going on. So you
Yeah.
have to. It'll be one of those things you got to catch at the right time, but it might be worth hanging out in for a while until you see that.
It's good. I'm glad they've gone back to more like proper scare zones rather than the kind of the street experience that they've had like the last few years, that they've gone back to. Like I would say when we went in 04, they had each individual scare zones, and it's good that they've gone back to that, especially with us coming over next year.
Mm-hmm.
That excites me more than like what was it they did a couple of years back with the roaming hordes. See, that didn't really.
Is that when there was no safe?
There was like the gladiator ones and like the women chainsaw people and stuff. And
yeah. I think I could deal with it a little bit better if it was something other than zombies.
Yeah.
If they wanted to do the roaming thing, that would be cool, as long as they had a big variety of stuff to go to for that, or something like the Purge. Like that. I think that would be much better as a full park-wide scare zone kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gutted that they're doing that this year. We watched the first Purge the other night, and for all it wasn't what everyone wanted it to be, you can kind of see. Because it's funny, again, I was talking to Raymond about it, and he was like, "Oh, watch the Purge, and it wasn't that scary." I said, "Yeah, but you're watching it. Put yourself in the middle of it." And he went, "Oh, yeah, I can see that."
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was that for the original stuff. So that should be about it for Orlando announcements. We're still waiting for one that was announced by the studio that's involved with the Halloween movies. So we're expecting Halloween based house from the original classic. So
it seems strange that they've left that one till last. You would have thought they would have wanted to sort of leave it off on a good note rather than go on the one that most people probably know because they've sort of seen it already else, unless it's not going to be Halloween.
Yeah, maybe that was a mistake by that completely. Who knows?
Well, they did it last year, didn't they? There was like what everyone, I think it was Hate to Fly, didn't he? Leaked the whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then they changed. I think there was at least two, wasn't?
The Urban Legends house changed.
Wasn't the sequel? What was the one? The one that you said was crap. Shaven-headed guys. What was that? The Derailed. What was it?
Oh yeah. Havoc.
That was the one. Yeah, wasn't that? That wasn't one. It wasn't supposed to be, and then it was.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, but who knows? We don't know.
Yeah. It'd be good to see if it wasn't Halloween and it was just a kind of a red herring.
Yeah.
But if it's not, it does seem strange that they've left the one that's kind of been announced already to last.
Yeah, and I don't think it'll be an original because I think that all those were announced together, and that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I don't think you'll see another original. So yeah, and then again, if there is another house, they might have said, with Walking Dead being twice as big, that's like two houses. So
yeah.
You never know, but I'm from the constructions.
Have we had 7 announced so far? Is that right?
Yep.
How many original houses?
3.
Didn't they say it was going to be 4 and 4, or wasn't it rumored that there was going to be 4 and 4?
Yeah, rumored, but you know how they go. And then in Hollywood news, Hollywood announced that they're going to have an American Werewolf in London house.
Yeah. I need to see that house. It's not fair.
Yeah. Maybe they'll go back and forth with it. Those animatronics were expensive. Maybe you'll get it again next year.
I would love to see it.
We'll see. Like maybe their updated version, which it says it's an all new maze that's going to use elements from the very successful maze in Orlando. So very interested to see what they do with that and what additions are made and what's changed.
Definitely.
Yep. And they also announced that Grammy award-winning musician Slash, hailed as one of the 10 best electric guitar players of all time by Time Magazine, is joining forces with Universal Studios Hollywood to promote his album. No, to compose an original score for the theme park's hypnotizing new 3D maze, Clowns 3D, music by Slash. That is the entire title.
Catchy title, that one.
Yeah, right. They're partnering together. Comes at a demanding time for Slash, whose new album, World on Fire, debuts on September 16th, when this one starts on September 19th.
That's good timing, yeah, wasn't it?
Yeah. and the description is infused with the rockers' hell-raising electric guitar riffs, the ominous new Clowns 3D music by Slash. I'm going to read it that way every time. Haunted attraction is no laughing matter as it unmasks the psychological disorder known as claustrophobia, a disturbing condition affecting those with an extreme and irrational fear of clowns.
Tracy. She's very quiet here. I think you've disturbed her to reading out that clown, the Giggles and Gore one. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Gibbering wreck in the corner.
It's unhinged me even further.
Yeah, the psychedelic 3D maze, so that's going to be their Clowns 3D.
What are your thoughts on these houses, like, that seem to be in collaboration with bands? Because I know they've done a few over in Hollywood, haven't they? Is it only Alice Cooper that they've done in Orlando so far? Is that right?
Yeah, only Alice Cooper here, but they also did Ozzy Osbourne in Hollywood. They had the house that they collaborated with him, and Rob Zombie as well. Yeah.
How do you feel about those?
It's cool. I'm a fan of metal, so if they can incorporate that together with and make that add to the house, I'm cool with it.
That's what I want to see next year. Either a System of a Down house, right?
Yes,
or
please.
Five Finger Death Punch. There we go. That'll do.
System of a Down.
Or both.
There you go. Also, they give a little bit more description. Basically, you'll be paraded through Sweet Lick's Frozen Clown Pop's Family Amusement Center.
Sounds like something out of Welcome to Night Vale.
A dilapidated roadside attraction and one-time thriving ice cream factory run by deranged siblings and their mad clown father, Sweet Licks.
That's it, the twins from round the corner.
Yeah, this demented trio schemes to restore the family business by luring visitors with free ice cream. Guests will soon find themselves on the menu as the key ingredient of a sick new high-protein ice cream concoction. Yeah.
That sounds quite cool, actually.
It does.
Yeah. So to recap, there the current lineup at Halloween Hornets 24 Orlando, we have Walking Dead, Into the Line, From Dusk Till Dawn, Alien vs Predator, Dracula Untold, Reign of Blood, Dollhouse of the Damned, Giggles and Gore Incorporated, and Roanoke Cannibal County, Cannibal Colony. Scare Zones, we have Face Off, The Purge Anarchy, Masquerade Unstitched, and Bayou of Blood. Hopefully we get a little bit more, but we'll see.
No 3D house in Orlando.
No 3D house. That is right. Unless, I think they would have announced, one of the Giggles and Gore or Dollhouse if they were 3D. So I don't think it would be.
Because they've done one pretty much every year recently, haven't they?
Yeah. So maybe that last house.
Can I
What
not
was it
ask,
last-
isn't every house 3D?
You know what I mean. What was the one last year, Darren? Was the one last year?
Wasn't the Alice Cooper one was in 3D, right?
Was that wasn't last year, was it?
No. Oh gosh, there was
No?
one. You always get me with these.
I know I'm trying to think myself.
You have to submit these questions beforehand.
It was more thinking out loud myself. What was there last year? There was The Walking Dead, American Werewolf, Cabin in the Woods, Evil Dead.
Let me see.
There was the one with the guy on the electric chair. What was that? That was this, wasn't it? The guy who got...
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Afterlife, Death's Vengeance.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That was the 3D
Yes.
one. Yep. So there you go.
Yeah, so strange.
So yeah, not one announced yet this year. So we'll see. Yeah, over at Hollywood, we got American Werewolf in London, Dracula Untold, Alien vs Predator, From Dusk Till Dawn, and The Walking Dead. And Clowns 3D music by Slash. Scare Zones, The Purge Anarchy, and Face Off in the Flesh.
Masquerade's there as well, isn't it? But not the same one. It's Mask at Raid. That was the one that won the Facebook vote thing, wasn't it? Where there was like 3 different ones, and they got people on Facebook to vote for them, didn't they? And it was Masquerade that won.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the other one.
Yeah, there you go.
Which is different to the one in Orlando, from what I can gather, because it's slightly different spelling of the name. But I think it's the same kind of premise, with a sort of masquerade ball type thing.
Cool. All right. And Universal said additional announcements for even more horrifying experiences are coming soon. And that's going to do it for this episode of the Dead Man's Digest. Don't forget to go to download and listen to episode 105 for all the other news and rumors from around the parks, as well as some other stuff. So until next week, for Tracy and Lee, Hunter is absent. I'm Darren, and you've been listening to the Dead Man's Digest.
that does it for another unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. Between shows, we'd love for you to get in touch. So email us with your spews, funny schmitz, comments, questions, and news to podcast@uuopodcast.com. Keep up with what's going on every day by following us on Twitter at UUOPodcast, like our Facebook page at facebook.com/UUOPodcast, follow us on Instagram and Pinterest at UUOPodcast, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/UUOPodcast, and don't miss a show by subscribing to us on iTunes, and please leave us a review. Not an Apple user? Then head over to uuopodcast.libsyn.com and subscribe to the feed while you're there. You can also find us on Stitcher Radio and at micepod.com. Come find us on our partner site, micechat.com, join the forums, and say hello. So thanks for listening, and remember, be adventurous.
This has been a micepod.com presentation.
MiceChat.com